The Dark Knight is often called one of the greatest superhero films ever made, and honestly I agree. It's definitely in the top 3 for me, but even with all the praise it gets, I think Batman Begins often gets overlooked. For me, it's just as good, and in some ways even better. I'll admit it, I am a bit biased towards this film, but I do think there's a real argument to be made for why Batman Begins deserves more respect. In this video I want to break down exactly why this film is so underrated, and why it might even be the best movie in Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. Point 1. A complete and focused origin story. Batman Begins gives us something no other Batman film has done before, a full and detailed origin story. It shows us Bruce Wayne's journey from a traumatized child to the hero Gotham needs. This is the first time in live action that we really see how Bruce becomes Batman, and the movie spends nearly the first hours taking its time to explore this. We see young Bruce fall into the well and get attacked by bats, which later becomes the iconic Batcave. We witness the pain of losing his parents and how that loss shaped him. His journey continues when he joins the League of Shadows and trained under Ra's al Ghul. This part of the movie isn't just about learning to fight, it's about Bruce developing his values and questioning the morality of justice, revenge and fear. His decision to reject the League's extreme views is a key moment in the film, and it sets up Ra's al Ghul as a personal and psychological enemy. We also get to see Bruce design his Batsuit, use the Batmobile, and set the foundations for his mission. Characters like Alfred, Commissioner Gordon, Lucia Fox, and Carmine Falcone are also introduced in meaningful ways that connected to the world of Gotham. The story is centered fully around Bruce's transformation, and that makes it emotionally powerful. By the time we get to The Dark Knight, Bruce is already Batman, but Batman Begins shows us how he gets there. Point 2. Stronger character development for Bruce Wayne. In Batman Begins, Bruce Wayne actually grows and changes throughout the film. He starts off as a broken, angry man who doesn't know who he is or what he stands for. And as the movie goes on, he struggles with questions about his identity. He makes mistakes, deals with loss, and builds his own code of honor from scratch. This is especially clear when Wayne Manor is burnt down near the end of the movie, a turning point that tests his commitment to being Batman. Bruce constantly questions if becoming Batman is even the right path. That internal conflict is what makes him feel human. In The Dark Knight, Bruce is already established as the hero, and while he does face big decisions, he doesn't go through the same kind of personal transformation. His character is more reactive, while in Batman Begins, he's actively shaping his destiny. It's a more emotional and grounded story because it's truly about Bruce Wayne and not just the Batman. Point 3. Higher highs and more iconic moments. While The Dark Knight I think is more consistent from start to finish, Batman Begins has some standout moments that hit even harder for me. The scene where Batman reveals to Rachel that he's Bruce Wayne is a powerful emotional moment. Another one is when he finally defeats Ra's al Ghul and chooses not to kill him. It shows how far he's come. One of my favourite scenes is when Batman rescues Rachel by calling in a swarm of bats, and what starts out as a basic rescue turns into a chase through Gotham, showing us how corrupt and dangerous the city really is. It also gives us one of the coolest moments in the film of Batman escaping down a stairwell while surrounded by bats. There's also the unforgettable scene when he first says "I'm Batman" to Carmine Falcone. The action scenes leading up to this moment feels more like a horror film than a traditional superhero movie, and I feel like it's one of the best moments in the entire trilogy. And of course, it's the first time we see Gotham truly under threat. The city is poisoned on a massive scale, and it gives us a real sense of danger. For me, these are just the top iconic moments that work so well because they're part of the origin story. They're special in a way that can't really be repeated in a sequel, and for me, these highs stand out even more because they came first. Point 4. 2 great villains instead of one. There's no denying that Heath Ledger's Joker is one of the best movie villains and probably villains ever, but in The Dark Knight, Two-Face doesn't get much screen time, and I feel like his story is rushed. In Batman Begins, we get 2 villains who are both strong in their own ways. Cillian Murphy plays Scarecrow, who uses fear as a weapon, a perfect fit for the movie's theme. And then we have Ra's al Ghul, played by Liam Neeson, who trained Bruce and later becomes his enemy. It's a classic apprentice vs master story, but it's done in a way that still surprises you. Scarecrow gets most of the attention in the middle of the movie, so when Ra's comes back as the final villain, it feels like a twist. Both villains serve a real purpose in Bruce's story. Scarecrow represents Bruce's inner fears, and Ra's challenges his beliefs and forces him to prove what kind of a hero he wants to be. Together, they make for a more rounded and meaningful set of antagonists. and I think having two villains here works really good in comparison to having one. And point 5, Gotham feels real and unique. One of the things Batman Begins does better than The Dark Knight is its portrayal of Gotham. In this film, Gotham isn't just a backdrop. It's dark, it's gritty, and full of corruption. You can feel how broken the city is from the crime-filled streets, dirty cops, and people just struggling to survive. Because it's an origin story, we get to see Gotham's problems up close. Bruce's parents are killed in a dirty alley. Carmine Falcone controls the city with fear, and the justice system is completely broken. The city's state of decay matters to the plot and to Bruce's decision to become Batman. And in The Dark Knight, Gotham looks more like a normal modern day city. It loses some of that grittiness in my opinion. Batman Begins makes Gotham feel like it's the kind of place that needs a hero, and that's what makes it a great Batman origin story. So my closing thoughts is, I think The Dark Knight is a masterpiece, no doubt, and it's in my top 5 personal best films, but in my opinion, it wouldn't be what it is without Batman Begins laying the foundation first. I know most people are going to disagree with this take, but I do feel like Batman Begins is just a very underrated film and is a very strong origin story. It's not perfect, there are things that could be improved, but I definitely feel like it's better than all the Batman films that came before this. There are some things I do prefer about The Dark Knight, like some of the action scenes, but as a whole, I feel like Batman Begins was more of an emotional journey for me when I watched it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, and please make sure to subscribe.